You know, Alex, I spent 3 hours yesterday trying to pick the perfect lighting for a photo of that walnut credenza. I moved two floor lamps, hung a shop light from a bungee cord, and I still looked like I was photographing a crime scene in a basement.
Maybe the crime was the sawdust you forgot to sweep up before hitting the shutter button.
Hey, that's artisanal atmosphere. But honestly, looking at the news this week, I realize I'm the dinosaur here. The woodworking morning show is talking about people using AI to scrub their portfolios clean. I'm out here wrestling with shop vacs, and these kids are just clicking a button to make their shops look like a high-end gallery.
It's 2026, Tiger. If you can't beat the pixels, join them. But we've got a lot to get through today. It's August 10th, and the TigerDen Daily is packed. We're talking high-end lasers, the plumbing revolution, and how to actually make money without losing your soul to the grind.
Let's start with the heavy hitters. Southern States Machinery just got named Rep of the Year by Trump Yef. Now, if you haven't seen a Trump laser in action, it's basically like watching a hot knife through butter if the butter was half-inch steel and the knife was controlled by a NASA scientist.
They're really pushing the aluminum welding and fiber laser tech this year, right? I remember you telling me aluminum is your white whale.
Aluminum is a temperamental brat. You look at it wrong and it warps. You try to weld it and it feels like you're trying to stack wet soap bubbles. But this new fiber laser tech they're pushing, it handles the reflectivity. Usually the laser hits aluminum and bounces back like a mirror, which is a great way to melt your very expensive equipment. These new machines just eat it up. Burr-free edges, no cleaning required. It makes me want to sell a kidney just to put one in the corner of the shop.
Please keep your kidneys. We need you for the next segment. While you're dreaming of lasers, there's actually some great news for the people just starting out, the ones who haven't even bought their first set of wrenches yet. Bring Back the Trades just handed out their June tool grants. We're talking $1,500 toolkits going to public schools. For a kid in a plumbing or mechanical program, that's not just a box of tools. That's a career in a crate.
That's huge. When I started, my toolkit was a hand-me-down pipe wrench that had more rust than teeth, and a screwdriver I found in a parking lot. Giving a student professional-grade gear on day one, that changes their whole posture. They stop feeling like a hobbyist and start feeling like a pro.
And speaking of feeling like a pro, did you see Dan Pickle's piece in Plumbing and Mechanical? He's making a really strong case for certification over just years on the job.
He's spot on. Look, there's a massive difference between the guy who knows how to swap a wax ring on a toilet and the specialist who can diagnose the fluid dynamics of a multi-stage central heating system. One of them gets paid for his time, the other gets paid for what he knows. In this economy, if you aren't stacking certifications, you're just treading water while the tide goes out.
So you're saying Tiger's School of Hard Knocks isn't accredited?
My diploma is just a collection of scars and a very specific way of limping when it rains. But seriously, the industry is moving toward specialists. Don't just be the person with the torch. Be the person who understands the code better than the inspector.
Okay, let's pivot to the Maker Mogul Corner. Shopify just dropped their 2026 roadmap for craft businesses. They're really leaning into the unique selling proposition, or USP, which sounds like corporate speak, but it's actually pretty vital.
It's just a fancy way of asking, why you? I see guys all the time making basic cutting boards, the same end grain blocks everyone else is making, and wondering why they aren't selling for $300. You have to tell the story. People aren't buying a piece of wood. They're buying the fact that you salvaged that timber from a 200-year-old barn that survived a tornado.
Shopify is also calling 2026 the year of the hybrid maker. Basically, keep your day job, but use affiliate marketing and content to supplement the physical goods. It's not just about the product, it's about the process.
That's the secret, Alex. People love the sawdust more than the table. If you can show them the struggle, the part where you accidentally cut a board 2 inches short and have to pivot, that's what builds a brand. Authenticity isn't a marketing buzzword. It's just not being afraid to look human.
Speaking of looking human, you were complaining about your deck last month. Lowe's just released a 2026 beginner's guide to deck framing. Maybe there's hope for your backyard after all.
Listen, framing a deck is one of those things that looks easy until you realize your house isn't actually square. No house is square. They're all trapezoids disguised as rectangles. The Lowe's guide is actually great because it simplifies the ledger attachment. That's where most people ruin their homes, by inviting rot into the foundation.
And for the people who prefer to stay inside, you mentioned Bechtold Woodworks earlier. Their 2026 gallery is live.
Oh man, go look at their joinery. It's enough to make a grown man weep. They're doing things with compound angles that look like they should be impossible. It's a good reminder that No matter how long you've been swinging a hammer, there's always someone out there making you look like a kindergartner with a box of crayons. It's inspiring.
It's definitely a lot to take in, from high-tech lasers to the fundamentals of a good deck frame. What's the big takeaway for today, Tiger?
I think it's that the shop isn't just a place anymore, it's an ecosystem. Whether you're using AI to fix your photos or a fiber laser to cut aluminum, the tools are just there to help you tell your story. But you have to be willing to learn the new tricks. Don't get so attached to the old way that you miss the chance to be better.
Well said. Just maybe let me handle the AI photo editing for your next project.
Deal. As long as you don't edit out my favorite flannel shirt.
No promises. See you all tomorrow.
Stay sharp, stay hungry. Let's get to work.